guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to do a quick restock just before my X-Files series starts. So this is kind of it. So I'm going to show you the things and I'm going to try and be quite quick because there's a lot of stuff here to get through. So let me just kind of clear the decks and then we'll go through things one at a time. Okay, so first of all, I do have my Christmas folio. As you can see, it's a massive folio and there's kind of a couple of little writing journals with it and all sorts. I'm going to only show this if we get time at the end of the video. So if not, I will have to do a different flip through. But I just wanted to give you an idea of the size of it because it's absolutely huge. So that is the Christmas folio. I've got some of my paper pads in my shop. Now, these are all available on a potluck basis. They are selections of papers from my shop. They're all different, but hopefully they're all coordinated in a way that you could, you know, coordinate them in, you know, 2 or 3 different ways, if you see what I mean. So they're all going to have papers that you could put together in different ways to create different kind of looks. But yeah, they're all kind of a variety of different pads. So if you ordered more than one, you would definitely get, you know, different papers. So a few of those. I'm just quickly doing, you know, very quick flick throughs of these. Okie dokie. Oops, they should all be plain on the back, but I did just spot that that one's got a little mark on the back, you know, from where it's obviously misprinted. So yeah, but otherwise they will be plain on the back. They are all in the I can never remember, I think it's 120 GSM paper, and it's the very gorgeous presentation, ultra smooth, you know, presentation paper. So it's not just copy paper. These are very nice quality papers. So yeah, that's the paper pads. So a few of those. There we go. Right, then I do have a couple of massive kits which I will go through in a moment, but I've got some paperclip packs, and again I won't show you all of these, but they're all different and they're all on a potluck basis, but you get 10 different paper clips. I think they do all include one of the pen holder paper clips which we did in the mass making this week. But yeah, you get 10 different paper clips. So I think I've got 3 of those that are going in the shop. And again, I'm going to not show you them all because otherwise, you know, this is going to end up an incredibly long video. But I think there's 3 of those. So like I say, they're slightly different, all of them. There is, oops, or R is R. Some of my stitched paper clusters. Again, I've got a couple of these. These are all different, and again, you get 10 of those. They are stitched papers. They may include lace or fabric and details like that. They may include bits of bling, flowers, you know, all different bits and pieces. That one's got that gorgeous butterfly, one of those layered butterflies. Very pretty. And they're just fantastic for things like, you know, if you've got an envelope or something, you could just put them onto an envelope flap. They're just kind of a way to actually decorate very quickly little pieces. I quite like to use them, you know, aside from this type of thing, I quite like to just use them on a side of a page. The blank pages that I keep for journaling, I just put them, you know, down on the bottom of one of those pages and they just look really pretty. Sometimes I put them on a page with pockets and things like that. It just kind of varies, but pretty sure I've got 2 of those. Then I've got very similar, but these are stitched fabric clusters. So they are exactly as the paper, but instead of paper, they are fabric, completely, you know, completely fabric. They may have lace and things like that. They've been stitched. And then again, they've got different details attached to them as well. So they're really, you know, rather nice as well. So again, you get 10 of those. There's only 1 of those, I'm afraid, because I need to make some more of these. So that's those ones. I have then got, I've got a little journal here. These are just very simple kind of writing journals. It's just this one. has got a lace cluster on the side there. It's got a wraparound closure with some sari silk. One of my gorgeous frames there with that very pretty, and this is an authentic vintage image of these lovely daisies. And then here you've just got a variety of pages. Some have got some lace on them and things. They've been either coffee dyed or food coloured, or they are genuine vintage ephemera. So for instance, that one, it's just some genuine vintage ephemera. And then I've got some bits there paper clipped on just for extra journaling space, but really nice journal. It obviously lays completely flat, so you know, it's just perfect for, you know, if you've got an event or something like that that you don't need a massive great big journal for, then they're really nice for things like that. I've got 3 envelope sets, so again, these are on a potluck basis, but I will just quickly show you. So you get 6 envelopes and they're going to be different styles. So this is one of those little envelope booklet things. I won't undo it, but you know, you'd glue down obviously that flap and then it opens out like a little booklet. Very pretty. You've got all sorts of things on there. This gorgeous bird cluster, little stitched you know, paper cluster like the ones that I just showed. So that's another example of it being in use. This one's got a vellum or tracing paper envelope, very pretty, with some vintage book page. Got just a little flippy down like that. And then you've got this one, which has got some Velcro, just opens out, very pretty. You've got some vintage book page envelope there with just some lace and bits and pieces on there. And then you've got this one, which we did this in a video together, and it was that book page, yeah, book page envelope. So we've got a book page image there, and then we just made a kind of wraparound closure like that. So quite lovely. That must have been from the Princess and the Frog, because as you can see, it's got that frog image on the front. So very cute. So that's one of the sets of the envelopes. Don't know why, but my hands are really shaking today, and that's just really, really annoying. Yeah, I don't know why that is, but I do apologise. It's very irritating for me, so it must be even more irritating for you guys, I'm sure. So I do apologise for that. So we've got 3 of those, so I'll just show you the other 2. So we've got this one. So again, all of these are different. So if you were to order more than one, you know, you're going to get different envelopes. This one here, again, it's got some Velcro. This was some just envelope that I stamped with these butterfly stamps and some script, and then just kind of folded it up to make it into an envelope. Absolutely love how that's turned out. I have to say I made that a long time ago and I've been hoarding it, but yeah, high time to stop hoarding it. Try not to be such a hoarder this year, but whether or not that will pan out, I'm not sure. This, which we did a video on, absolutely love these. I must make some more of these. It's just got the fold down. You've got then pieces for journaling stuck onto there. And then the top, I've just included like a different piece at the top. So, you know, different paper to give it a coordinating sort of interesting look. And then I've just put magnets on there as the magnet closure. Just absolutely love those. Here we've got another book page envelope. Oh, it's got some hot glue there. Just pick that off. So again, just some book page like that. This is another one of those that you glue down onto the page. So you just glue the flap down and then it opens as a little fold out. And you've got just some vintage book image there. Now, when I say vintage, this one's actually only from like the 80s. The other pieces that I've mentioned that are vintage are way older than that. But this one, yeah, although is vintage, it's not hugely vintage. And then this one, you've got, again, another tracing paper or vellum envelope there. Isn't that just so gorgeous? Absolutely love it. That's my Shabby Chic collection papers that have been printed onto that vellum, which looks so lovely, doesn't it? So yeah, really, really love that. So that's the second set of envelopes. Just quickly tie them back up. Whoops. And they just come to you bundled up like this in this ribbon. Oh my goodness. Sorry, my shaky hands are making it a little bit difficult to actually tie things up, which is really, really annoying. So these ones then, these are a different, obviously, ribbon tying them together. And you've got, again, this one, we did this together in a video. Absolutely love these. And again, I've been hoarding these. So you've just got a doily there as the, you know, flap of the envelope. And then a couple of little matching coordinated pieces there. And then obviously the envelope, you've just got some papers lining into there. So love how that looks. It's very fairy tale. Then we've got this one. And again, I made this ages ago. Been hoarding it like really badly. Yeah, just hoarding it. But isn't that just such a gorgeous, gorgeous envelope? Absolutely love, love, love that. So yeah, that's just got a little matching journal card. So that's a bit of a sort of bonus piece there. Then you've got a book page envelope there, very different looking, this one. And again, that's just a little kind of piece of lace there and a gem. Absolutely lovely. This was another one of those book page envelopes that we did when we did some messing about with book pages. Isn't that just so gorgeous? And then it's finished off with this from my Junk Journal Basics Kit 2. And then you've got another book image on the other side. Absolutely love that envelope. Then you've got another book page envelope here, which I just tied some ribbon around as well. Again, just opens out like that. Haven't put anything on the back of this or anything because I thought it was just, you know, very gorgeous on the front. So I just left the back plain. But yeah, I mean, obviously you could decorate the back up if you wanted. But again, that's got one of those little clustered up pieces on the front. And then you've got that gorgeous tracing paper or vellum envelope there. This is from my lace collection. Isn't this just such a pretty envelope? Yeah, you guessed it, I've been hoarding this as well. I need to make some more of these because I think I'm out of them now, and I do really love them. I quite like to use them if I'm doing a ring bound journal or something like that. I quite like to just bind them into the journal, so punch a couple of holes and then actually bind them in as if they were a page. You know, failing that, I would just use them clipped in to a journal rather than try and attach them to a page, because I think they're just, you know, too lovely to kind of like be glued down really, because you can probably hear they're very crinkly and tactile and gorgeous. So yeah, I don't want to not be able to kind of handle them. So that's those. Right, then I've got a couple of massive kits, so I'm just going to quickly show you these now. These, I think they are going to be sold, you know, specifically. So rather than potluck, the envelopes were potluck, these will be sold specifically. So the ones that you see here will be the one that you get, if you see what I mean. So the first one is this one. So again, just tied it up with that ribbon. And what you get, and these massive kits, and I do say this quite often, I think that you have enough really to fill a whole journal. In terms of pockets and things, you do not have the pieces to put into the pockets. So just to kind of, you know, reiterate that really. There's enough pieces, in my opinion, to fill a journal. I mean, obviously that's going to depend how big your journal is, but, you know, you should have more or less all the pieces that you need to be able to put pockets into a journal, but you won't have the pieces that go into the pockets. So you would need to add like tags or, you know, vintage pieces and things like that, journal cards into the pockets. Right, so the first one is this gorgeous pouch here. I have to say, I absolutely love this pouch. Kind of wanting to hoard this, you know, again. Doesn't it look so pretty? So this is a combination of my Avery papers, my Paris collection papers and things, and yeah, some of my light butterflies, and oh, it just looks so pretty, doesn't it? It's, yeah, just a feast for the eyes. And then the reverse of it is, again, this is the Avery collection papers. And then you've got some sari silk here, a sari silk bow, a piece from the French collection, and yeah, just oh sorry, the Paris collection, I think that's from, and some flowers and things like that. So again, the pouch can be completely deconstructed and you can use, you know, all the bits individually, or you could obviously just keep it as a pouch to store things in. And let's just whiz through quickly what you get. So this is just a little top loading pocket. We've got this piece here, which is a little booklet. I think we did these recently in a tutorial. So yeah, and that's got another one of those vintage images on there. Absolutely gorgeous. You've got some sari silk glued on the back, so you've got a tie-up closure there, like that. Oops, like that. Then here you've got one of those slot pockets, which we made recently in a mass making. Absolutely love this one, I have to say. It's so gorgeous. These are my coloured book plates, and this is from the Cambridge Garden Postal Collection and the Capital Collection. Don't they all just work brilliantly together? Really, really love those colours. Then we've got this pocket here. It's got a little pocket at the top, but on the reverse, it's just glue it down on 3 sides, and that's a top loading pocket. Then you've got here a little kind of booklet with, again, some sari silk tying it around, and it's just got a pocket here and a pocket here. This is from my Yellow Roses collection, these papers. But very, very pretty, isn't it? So again, you've got the sari silk. Oh, so sorry, this one. I had obviously tried to use this in something else, and yeah, it's now made it obviously into the kit. So I just quickly want to point that out. Obviously, you know, that doesn't bother me, because if that were being glued into another journal, obviously that will be covered up. But I do want to just point that out because, you know, it's, yeah, effectively kind of got a, you know, torn sort of back. So I just want to kind of highlight that really. So that's that one. Then you've got this here, which is some collage masterboard, and then you've got a piece from there, my vintage desk papers. I've put that in as a little pocket. You've got one of my little hearts and some bits and bobs. Again, just glue it down on 3 sides, have it as a top loading pocket. You've got here a, oh, what is this? Oh, envelope. Can't remember what this was. So a little long flap envelope. So you've got the little pocket down there, and then the long flap. Again, some sari silk and a bow. Isn't that gorgeous? Then you've got this one, a little diagonal pocket there. Got this little pocket tie wraparound piece here. Now, I haven't glued this sari silk onto here, so this would need gluing on the back if you wanted to keep the sari silk on there. And it's just one of those, you know, double pocket kind of books there. Isn't that really pretty on the front? I think I made this during the X-Piles series. So 1 or 2 of these things you might see in the X-Piles series actually while we're, you know, while we're filming. And they've obviously been incorporated into some of these pieces here. So that one, and then here we've got a coin envelope. Then here we've got just a little, another one of those tuck book pieces. Here we've got a little pocketbook. Isn't that gorgeous? Love, love, love that image on the front of there. Here we've got one of those little torn pockets. I think we might have called these the peekaboo pockets, where you've got the torn piece and then the vintage sheet music in the background. Just a little bit of text there and a sort of cluster on the front. Here we've got just a corner tuck spot. So again, you glue that on 3 sides and just, you know, tuck things into there. That's a genuine vintage cigarette card. A little decorative edge strip there. Very cute. And then another one of those slot pockets here with a big stitched sort of cluster on the front. Absolutely love that. And then here you've got another one of those little pockets here. Absolutely gorgeous. This one's been stapled. Again, just want to point that out. I personally quite like staples, but if you don't like staples, I just want to point out this one has been stapled. And then this here, this was one of those lace pockets, which again, yes, we made this ages ago. And again, I have been hoarding this. Really, really loved it. And this was my collage masterboard where we just glossy accented some of the accents. So it's got some of that masterboard in the background, but isn't that such a lovely pocket? And then here you've just got a floating pocket here with, you know, obviously journaling space on the back and then an image on the front. So this could be moved around into a, you know, in a journal. So that is one of the kits. So like I say, I mean, it's quite a huge kit, to be honest. I'll keep these bits out because they are quite huge. So not everything fits into the pouch. So rather than actually damage the pouch, I'll try and just keep some bits out. Okay. Oops. What was I saying about not damaging it? There we go. So, I mean, it's pretty stuffed, you know, as you can see, and you've also got these, obviously, few bits that go on the outside. So, yep, loads and loads of bits there that you can be getting on with. There we go. And, I mean, to be honest, I'm saying, oh, they would fill a journal. I mean, they don't even have to be used in the same journal. I've obviously done them in a way, you know, coordinated that I would possibly use them all in one journal. But if you didn't want to use them in one journal, then you could always separate them out and use them in more than one. That would be fine too. So, you know, my saying they would be enough for one journal, that's just a suggestion. Okay, so kit 2. And again, I'm going to have to whiz through this quite quickly because otherwise we will be here, you know, a really long time. So if I just take all these bits out and then we'll look at them in more detail in a minute. We'll just quickly look at the pouch. I've got one of my large images there with the boot. This is my Valentine collection papers in the background, some sari silk, and then on the reverse you've got my totally dotty papers, and this is from the Vintage Desk set 2. And this is just one of those little bows that we did do a video on this, so love how this looked, and this pom-pom trim. So again, the whole thing could be, you know, deconstructed and used, or obviously just, you know, used as it is. Okay, so you've got a little pocket there, you've got a collage masterboard pocket there, you've got here one of those oh gosh, what did we call these? Oh, I don't know, but just a little pocket with a flap there, and that's a genuine vintage cigarette card in there. So I'll just tie that up like that. Okay, and then you've got a slot pocket here. Again, that's the Valentine collection, the Cambridge Garden, and the Vintage Desk collection 2. And then a coloured book plate. And don't they just go brilliantly? They look gorgeous, don't they, together? So, yeah. Then you've got here a little pocket book. So you've got a pocket here, a pocket here. You've got a pocket on the side. Oops, and a pocket on the side of there. I think we've done these in a mass making. I can't really remember. With a cluster on the front and some fabric down there. A slanted pocket there. Another little pocket there. Could just glue it top and bottom even as a belly band. Another one of those pockets there. Again, this one has been stapled. So just to kind of, you know, reiterate about the staples really. And that's got one of my bright roses on there. Just looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Another slot pocket there. This is from my steampunk collection. I'm not sure whether that might be the pinks colorway. Then this one here, you've got some laminated piece there, and it's just been stapled on. We did make this, I think, in the X-Piles as well, so you'll see how we constructed this coming up. And then we've got a little tab on the side. Again, just, you know, one or two of these might have got, you know, different things on the back, so I just want to kind of just emphasize that. This again, this is a little pocket here, and then the rest, obviously, you know, glue it around on 3 sides, have it as a side loading pocket. You could glue it top and bottom, have it as a belly band, however you know, you would like. We've got, oops, this pocket here. That's my butterfly collection papers, and then this gorgeous cluster with the perfume bottle, lace, and that beautiful flower. Is such a vibrant, gorgeous pocket, that, isn't it? So yeah, love that. And then we've just got a pocket book here, like that. And then here we've got a little pocket with like a side tuck. So again, it's been stapled, but only on one side, and this side is a little tuck there. And again, that's a genuine vintage cigarette card in there. Then this gorgeous pocket here, again, could just glue it on 3 sides, have it as a side loading pocket. You could do it top and bottom as a belly band, however you like really, but very pretty. I love the way it's got the roses kind of hanging off of it. Then this, which is a belly band, so again, top and bottom, pop something in behind it. Got this piece with a little opening flap. And then you've got a laminated flower there as well. Just, you know, matching or mimicking the top one. And then here you've got a massive pocket. It's been velcroed on both sides there. It's got one of those genuine vintage cigarette cards on there. And then when you open it up, you've got one 2 pockets inside. So really, really scrumptious, lovely piece. I have to say, yep, I was hoarding that and kind of debated for ages, thinking, oh, can I part with this? Shall I put it in the kit? I thought, oh, it does go really nicely with the rest of the kit. But yeah, it took me a while to deliberate. And then the final piece is this gorgeous little laminated envelope, which again, I did a tutorial recently, I think, doing these. So you've just got an envelope in there that you can put things in. Got some lace stitched, not lace, but that embroidery on glaze stitched across there. Little flower and a butterfly. And then you've got the policy closure. I don't know how else to say that. Like that. So, yep, again, massive kit. I'm going to keep those bits out. So, again, I'm not kind of really straining the, you know, structure too much when I put all these bits in. Because like before, this is a pretty huge kit. So, there's a lot of stuff to be squished in. Okay. So, yeah, really, really nice kind of bunch of items in those kits. So we'll just then tie this up again with the ribbon. Okie dokie. Then on top of these things, what is next? So I've got some decorative edge strips, which I've just got 1 set of those. These are paper decorative edge strips. They've got some lace and details and things like that on them as well. So I'll just quickly show you a couple of these. Oops. So again, just really pretty, aren't they? Again, you get 10 of those and you can obviously glue them onto your pages. When I use the decorative edge strips, you know, I do really like to just glue them onto a page. Again, if it's going to be like a plain page for journaling and things like that, it's just a nice way to sort of finish that page off so it's not completely plain. So that's that. I've got a couple of sets of these with these are the speciality packs. I'm going to just put some paper down just so you can see these pieces against, you know, against the paper. So you get, I think you get 40 pieces, and they are a variety of, they're printed pieces that have been printed on either transparency film. And these are great because not everybody's got a printer. Not everybody's got a printer that, you know, is capable of printing on transparency or vellum. You know, plus I've obviously fussy cut these pieces out for you. So you get 20 of those, and then you get 20 pieces in vellum as well. So yeah, got, I think, 2 sets of those. And again, they're potluck. They will have some repeats just because of the nature of, you know, what they are. But generally, they will be a mix of things. So you wouldn't get more than 1 repeat, if you see what I mean. Because you've only got 1 of each thing per set. So if you bought 2, the most you would have of any one thing would be 2. But you're going to have different things as well. So that's that. Then I've got a couple of the paper fillers. So again, you get 5 reproduction vintage postcards, and then you get some paper fillery items. So when I say this, what I'm really referring to is they're all papery bits. So none of them are thick sort of paper. They're all flimsy pieces. You're going to have a variety of vintage stuff and, you know, non-vintage things, but they're pretty nice. You know, yeah, just really nice little sets. So one of those, or I might have 2 of those actually. Let me just have a look. So that's one. Okie dokie. Then this is another one, just very quickly. Again, 5 of the reproduction postcards. Then you've got, again, a few papery items like that. They all feel absolutely scrumptious. I mean, look at that. So that's genuine vintage ephemera. Isn't that a gorgeous colour? Love that blue. And then a flippy pad there. So, you know, they're just really nice. And, yeah, just something a little bit different. Oh, there's another one. I thought, well, that's weird. I thought there was more. So that's that one. So just a couple of those. Okie dokie. Then you've got some lace clusters. This is the last of the lace clusters for the moment. So yeah, I need to make some more of these. But again, you just get 10 lace clusters. And these I use all the time in journals, just either at the side of a page or, you know, on a pocket or whatever, really. I mean, they're just absolutely gorgeous, and I really, really love using these. So yeah, do need to make some more of these. So yeah, that's just one of those. So that's those bits. Then I've got, this piece of fabric snippet here. So again, I have done, or I think I did recently, in fact, put a video up where we'd done a fabric snippet, and then we did how many pieces could we make out of it. And we were just cutting it down into individual sections. We made some paper clips. We had it as part of a topper and things like that. So this is basically one of those. So there is that. So that's for sale also. I've got a few of these, butterfly snippet strips. So again, these are sold as specific ones. I'm just showing you a couple here because I don't want to kind of like bore you all to tears showing you every single one. But yeah, we've got some butterfly snippets. So that's those. And then just very quickly, these are the leftover pieces from the Back to Basics series at Christmas. So these are the things that hadn't sold yet. So I thought I would just quickly show you these bits. So we've got this gorgeous journal, which I have to say, actually, I really love it. And I'm quite surprised that, yeah, I'm surprised this hasn't sold because it's really, really, really nice. I mean, I love that myself. So, yeah. So that's the journal there. Oh, I must make some more of those because I've forgotten how much I liked that. So that one. Then I've got this one, which was one of the envelope journals. So like that. You've just got the pockets here and the pocket here with some bits and pieces. But yeah, loads of vintage papers and things in there. So that one. And then two of the altered books. Now, I have to confess that I didn't really show these particularly in the original videos at Christmas. So I'll just very, very quickly whiz you through these. But these were the altered books, the different take on the altered book that we did. So this one is Queen Elizabeth the First. And it's a Ladybird book. I've just popped in a few bits of vintage ephemera. I mean, isn't that gorgeous? A few bits of vintage ephemera in here. And then, do you remember we painted over the pages? This has obviously got lots of images of, you know, Queen Elizabeth and Elizabethan kind of times. Got some more vintage ephemera in here. Really love these altered books, I have to say. I'm going to definitely make some more of these. Can't remember whether that was folded another time, but we'll just fold it another time. Really love these because you've got so much journaling space because we painted all of the texty pages. So you can then just write on all of those. I've just added little bits of interest, you know, on the pages, maybe lace and butterflies and things like that. And then here we've just got a rusted paper clip with, again, a piece of vintage ephemera, just paper clipped onto there. Another piece here, like that. Oops, like that. Gorgeous images. I mean, I probably was more of a fan of Tudor kind of history, but obviously Queen Elizabeth was Henry VIII's, you know, daughter, second daughter. So, you know, it kind of links in really. Beautiful images, obviously, when there's Elizabeth on those pages as well. One of my large images with the butterfly there. More vintage ephemera, and I mean, isn't this gorgeous? I mean, it looks a bit like a wedding. Obviously, Queen Elizabeth I didn't ever get married, so it's not a wedding, but anyway, that's that. She did have a friend, and I can't remember what his name was, but maybe that was her dancing with him. Again, some vintage ephemera, then just tucked in there at the back in that tuck spot. So that was one of those altered book journals. Like I say, I really loved doing these, I have to say. So I'm going to definitely do some more of these. I've got a few, you know, Ladybird books left in my stash. So I'm going to hunt out, see if I can find some more at a car boot sale or somewhere. And yeah, going to make some more of these because I just really love them. And look at how neat that is. I mean, you could just chuck that into your handbag, takes up no room, but it's still got the pretty nice, you know, decorative pieces. So this is the other one. So again, sorry, I did forget to mention, I just put a label on the front with a flower. This again, a label on the front with a flower, just painted over some of it. And this is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So again, exactly the same, just put some vintage ephemera in one or two places. This is my Windows printable, just goes up there. Little you know, hand stitched fabric ruffle, which obviously goes really nice with the window. Painted the pages, again another little whoops tuck spot there, pop that in there. Then again another tuck spot, more vintage ephemera tucked into here. I mean, this book is so pretty. Love that page, don't you? That daffodil, I mean, they're not daffodils, but the yellow flowers, and just ties in so brilliantly, doesn't it? So again, just a little piece of vintage ephemera just tucked in behind the daffodils there. Again, loads of room because the pages are just painted, you know, so you can journal all over those. Another rusted paper clip here, just holding in another piece of vintage ephemera. Woo, just goes in like that. And then some lace down the edge. Again, more pages for journaling. Like that. Oops. And they're lovely images, aren't they? As I said it, I mean, I picked like the worst image, like that woman's pulling a horrible face. Don't know why I said that woman. Who was she? The Queen. Oh, I can't remember now. I can't remember. Anyway, that's her. But yeah, I mean, full of just very nice, colourful images. So really nice book. And then just a little piece at the back. That's my sewing machine from the Sewing Ephemera. Just acting as a tuck spot for, again, another piece of vintage ephemera there. So just tucks in like that. Another hand-stitched fabric ruffle there. So they're really, really cute, aren't they? Just really, really like those. So yeah, I do apologise. I'm pretty sure I didn't do a flip through of those at Christmas during the series. It just got kind of like too busy, I think, and just, yeah, oversight on my part. Right, okay, I'm going to have a quick sip of tea, or go and make a cup of tea and have a quick tea, and then I will quickly come back then and we'll do a very quick flip through of this. But as I say, it is massive, so I'm just going to have a little bit of a breather. Hold on. Right, okay, here we go. So we've got it bound with this pink and red lace, which I just thought was quite nice and festive. Now, I do apologise again that this is obviously a Christmas folio, and I'm so late with, you know, doing the flip through. So I do apologise, and I realise that, you know, it's probably not going to be for, you know, most people because Christmas is over. But hey, it'll still be fine for next Christmas. And maybe like documenting your Christmas just gone, you know, putting your photos in it and things like that. So it's bound with that. Now, what you get two little writing journals. So I'll just quickly show you those first. Now, when I say writing journals, I just mean literally that. They are very plain, just suitable for writing, basically. So we've got here a variety of coffee dyed paper, some deli paper, and some vintage ephemera. And it's all just there in this skinny format, ready for, you know, just journaling in. So that's the first one. Isn't that so pretty? All of this has been done with my Miriam Bright Christmas kit. And then this journal, oh my goodness, don't you just love this journal? So the wraparound closure, which was obviously holding that one in as well. So some sari silk just glued onto the back, and then it just ties around at the front like that. So like I say, a wraparound closure there. This is all very squishy and gorgeous and yummy. This beautiful cover with the image on the front, a little like book platey type piece, and some gems there and some lace. And then when you go inside, you've got here a pocket, and you've got just a couple of pieces from the kit which have just been coffee dyed. And then this I can't remember what this game was called, but I picked this up one year, you know, a few years ago when I was on holiday in France, and it was a vintage game of some sort. If you're in France, or maybe you've seen this before, but anyway, it was a game I'd not seen before. And look at it, it just goes really well with this. So I thought, oh perfect, going to put that in. So that goes into this pocket on the front cover. Aside from this, there aren't really any pockets in here because, like I say, it's a strictly writing journal. Now, I've done this a couple of times lately where I've done the pages like hanging out beyond the cover. I just really love how that looks at the moment. It's kind of, yeah, just really enjoying it at the moment. So I've done that with this one as well. Pages from the kit in there, obviously some vintage ephemera, which is, you know, this is vintage ephemera, some deli paper, coffee dyed papers, more vintage ephemera there, more deli paper, coffee dyed paper but from the kit, some more vintage ephemera there, deli paper, coffee dyed paper, and some vintage ephemera, yeah, vintage paper there. And then obviously the reverse of that going back through, got just a bit of lace on there, and then like that. And then on the back you've just got a pocket on here. Again, put this lovely piece from the kit in there. And then this was that oh gosh, I can't remember what we called these, but they were like the little faux envelope tags that we did when we did the launch of this kit. So that's one of those that just goes in like that. Absolutely love how this looks. You've got a little dangle on there with a gem, and then just in the back just a little journal card from the kit. Now I have to say I did have a lot of bits left over because for some reason I've messed up and I printed this all out twice, so I will include all the leftover bits of paper, many of which have been coffee dyed, so you could then make, you know, extra pieces as well. So yeah, that's kind of going to be included with this as well, so just kind of makes it, you know, even more to it than that. So that just ties in like that. Now the folio itself, as I say, is huge, so it's very bulgy. It's a double folio, so it's all covered in this gorgeous velvet fabric, which I absolutely love. I've got one of those tassels on there, which we made the tassels in a mass making session. Now on the front cover, don't you just love the front cover? It looks so pretty, doesn't it? I really, really love how this turned out. Now I apologise because I can't remember whether we did any of this together or which bits we did together. So I do apologise if you've seen bits of this before. So on the cover, we've got a piece from the kit. We've got one of those jabos, which, you know, we've done a tutorial for. Lace down the side, lace across here, a little bit of lace here and here, some gems and things, a little bow. And then here, I've just got one of those ribbon embellishments, which I like to make. But the centre of this actually is one of my chunky rings that I love to wear. So one of them broke and obviously I kept the top. Doesn't that look gorgeous on there? And it just makes it extra special because this obviously is, you know, a Christmassy kind of thing. So I think that looks quite festive and Christmas. So yeah. Now opening it up. So like I say, it's huge. So we've got loads of different bits going on, and then we've got a fold out here. So it's very, very large. So I'm going to go through it like, yeah, I think kind of like this at first. So on the inside of the front cover, I just decorated it up. None of this is, you know, functional or usable. It's just for pretty, you know, pretty decorative purposes. You've got some lace here, just kind of protecting the wraparound spine because obviously it's got a lot to kind of like wrap around. Then here you've got, now if I fold it like this, it's going to kind of lay flatter. So I'm going to just, oops, do that a bit. So here you've got this big pocket. Now this is a policy closure. So like this, oops. And then inside here, I've just put in some paper from the kit, which has just been coffee dyed. Isn't that a gorgeous piece of paper? So that goes into that huge pocket here. This is probably the biggest folio I've ever made, I have to say. I mean, it did take quite a long time, it's got to be said, but I love how it turned out. Now, if I can remember how I actually made it, I might make some more of these, but like all these things, I don't necessarily remember afterwards how I actually made things. So yeah, I'm not sure whether I can recreate it, even if I wanted to. Tucked in the back, again, some more of the paper from the kit, just been coffee dyed, and that just tucks into here. Now, loads of lace and things going on in this whole folio. So you've got, obviously, oh gosh, now I can't tuck this in. It's always a bit of a nightmare when you do things on camera. There we go. Right. So you've got lace and things at the bottom, some bling and a little bow. And then going here, so I'm going to just tuck this in now. So here you've got a fold out like that and another fold out. and then another fold out. So yeah, it's absolutely huge. I mean, to be honest, now I'm looking through this is actually even bigger than I'd realized, to be honest. So yeah. So in here, you've got a pocket. You've got this fold out here. So you could obviously journal on here. You've got this. This is a pocket, but for some reason I've forgotten to put something in it. Oh, and same here. Have I? Oh no, I've put something in that. Right. So here we've got some vintage book page with this beautiful picture. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely love that picture. So that just goes into the side there, like that. Okay. Then here we've got a pocket here, and then you've got a pocket up here as well. So just popped in a little piece from the kit in that one. Tucked into this one, we've got some vintage ephemera, which is just this little sheet. That tucks in like that. And then this, I think, is another sheet from the kit. Oops. Another sheet from the kit. Oh my goodness, why do I do these folds when then I can't really unfold them? I have no idea. So this is a sheet from the kit. Again, isn't that just such a scrumptious page? I just love it. And that just obviously folds all in onto itself. If you can actually manage to do it and you're not like me. And then it all just tucks in like that. Okay, so that just tucks into that pocket. Then here we've got just a, oh, we do have a pocket in here, which again, I must have missed putting something in too. Honestly, this was so huge. I just literally must have missed half of this. So yeah, I've got another pocket here. So of course you could put something in there. And like I say, I will include the other papers that I didn't use. So we've got a journal card that goes in like that. Then turning it over, oops, let's turn that one over. This one over, you've got a side loading pocket here and a little flippy pad. Again, it's got some bits from the kit and some, you know, plain sheets as well. That just goes in like that. Some sari silk down the bottom. Then here you've got this gorgeous envelope. And again, I've popped in some vintage ephemera in the form of this handwritten piece. That just goes in there. Don't you love the look of this envelope this side? It's beautiful, isn't it? And then here we've got, obviously, the front of that envelope. We've got, oh my goodness, now I can't get this out. Oh, why do I do this when I'm filming? So again, another one of those cards from the game that I said about. So that just goes into there. And then a ribbon and some sari silk and some lace. This then goes over here. So this has got, again, many folding flaps and what have you. So fold it over, we've got decorative edge strips here as a belly band in the middle, and again, just popped in a piece from the pages. That's all been coffee dyed. So that just goes in like that. That just all tucked in behind that decorative edge strip. That opens out. We've got another envelope there. Again, don't you love the inside of that envelope? So pretty, isn't it? And then in here, we've got a flippy pad arrangement here. But this one all tucks in on itself like this. So it's like a matchbox book. But when you open it out, you've got obviously many pages for journaling. So I mean, in this you've got a ton of journaling space, because don't forget you do have those couple of writing journals as well. So yeah, there's a lot of journaling space going on in this. That just tucks in there like that. Oops. Oh, come on. Like that. Then here we've got another envelope that folds over. Here we've got a journal card tucked in at the top, little bits there. And then we've got a flippy pad, you know, flippy downy there. It's not a flippy pad, what's the word? Faux envelope flip, like that. Again, some lace across there and then a bow. Then this one opens out. It's a pocket actually in the side as well, which I'd nearly forgotten. So yeah, you've got a flippy pad in there. I mean, this is the type of thing that you could probably look through this 5 times before you actually kind of like remembered everything that was in here, because it is actually huge. So yeah, loads and loads of bits. I think you could definitely get lost in here for quite a while, to be honest. Yeah, I wish that I'd made more notes on, well, made some notes or any notes on how I made it, because I'd love to make another one. That's another card from that game. That just goes into the top of there. The lace up here. Now this was the one that I asked you guys, should I use the cream or the white lace? And the majority were for the cream. Some people were for both, and not that many people were for white. So I tried to do the majority cream, added some touches of white, so we had the both. So yeah, hope you like how it looks. So this one, we've got a flippy up like that, so you could journal on here. And then in here, we've just got a little, oops, flippy out. Oh my goodness, why do I glue things together all the time? This happens to me so often. With a little flippy pad inside, like that. Okay, that just tucks in there. And then when you tuck that up, you've got then a belly band here and another belly band here. So you've got some bits here, so journal card, some vintage paper. That just all goes, oops, all goes in there like that. And then here again, another piece just from the kit like that. Just folded it in and rounded the corners to make it a, you know, foldy flip. And that just kind of goes into there. And then I rather liked it having the flip over the top. So like that. So that's that side. Then when we go over, we've then got this side here. So, I mean, this probably is more like what a normal folio would be like that I make. So, you know, you've got all of this extra and this. So it's almost like 2 folios really. So yeah, I had a really good time making it. So I'm going to start from this side now. So if I just show you the whole thing like that. And then this side. So we have got a foldy out. So it's got a pocket at the top. Again, just a couple of journal cards. Oh my goodness, can you believe it? I didn't coffee dye that. But like I say, I am including a lot of papers and things with this. So they have been coffee dyed, so you can always swap them out. That goes in there. Again, some ivory lace bling, you know, very pretty. Then we go over here and we've got a pocket here with a flippy pad. Again, just with some sari silk and some vintage paperwork. So that goes into there like that. And then here in the side, it's also another side pocket with, if I can get it out. Oh my goodness, come on. Just a little, kind of like a flippy pad, but sideways on like that. Okay, so that just goes into there. Oops. Tuck that in like that. Got a little flower and a gem on there as well, if you can see that. That looks very cute. Then this here, you've got another flap. Now this one, I have to be careful because this has got a belly band and I've put this in this way. When this is in here, if you try and open it, you could end up bending this. So just make sure it's in like that and then it will open. Okay, and then you've got a pocket running along here. So in that pocket, I've got some vintage ephemera there. And then this, which is again another one of those gorgeous little foldy outs. So, you know, again, loads more journaling space. Look at that. That is a lovely piece of vintage ephemera, isn't that? I do apologise for this. I've now included, by mistake, this piece of paper with obviously stuff on the back. So I do apologise for that. Yeah, more vintage ephemera. And then more pages from the kit. And then obviously plain for journaling. It's all been coffee dyed. So that all just folds in. And then again, just tucks into that like one of those Matchbox books. That just all goes in there like that. When we open this back, we've got an opening flap here. This is some food coloured paper. Again, this is a tuck spot, but again, I've, you know, missed putting something in there. Honestly, there was so much that I just have obviously forgotten some things. And then in here, I've put journaling space here. So you've got journaling space here, here, and here. And then this is just a little tuck spot where I've just put, oh, again, one that's not been coffee dyed, a couple of journal cards that just tuck in like that. So yeah, lots of things just going on even just in that, you know, first section. Then we've got this section here, which again, we've got a fold down flip like this. Okay, so this has got a tie going around. You've got a fold out like that. Then you've got this, which is another side loading pocket with a couple of journal cards. They just go in there. Yeah, I mean, definitely this is the most massive folio that I've ever made, I have to say. So yeah, I really hope that you guys like it. So I feel like maybe I should have done this in a video on its own. Perhaps I would take it out and do it in a separate video. Then we've got a flip here with one of those side decorated pieces, which again, I think I did a video of these recently. That again, you could journal on. So, you know, lots of journaling space there. Here we've got a little flippy piece there. So again, can journal onto those bits. I hope you can see this. I'm trying to kind of like show you, but it's sort of in the way of the camera, you know, which is not obviously great. But yeah, so you can journal onto there. Now I'm trying to think, is this another pocket anywhere? No, that might be it for that. Then open this up. We've got a pocket here. So the pocket in the front where we've got a couple of journal cards. So they go into this pocket here, and then behind there you've got another pocket. So like that. These go in that front piece. Then these go in the sort of back section of that pocket. Vintage ephemera, a couple of journal cards from the kit. So they just go in like that. Okay, that goes down. And then here we've got, again, very huge sort of flippy pad. Now this flippy pad, I have to say, I had so much fun putting this together because look at all these different bits. I love the way it's got all these different kind of layers. So I'm going to make some more of these, definitely. And then obviously loads of different pages, which are all massive pages. So again, a lot of journaling space just in that little arrangement there. And then some sari silk across the top. And then here, just one of those little foldy out pieces like that. So, and you know, again, you can just take in sort of the really nice paper now. So that's a whole sheet, which is really lovely. So that just goes into there like that. Okay. Yeah, this did take a long time, I have to say, to make this one. But yeah, I'm really pleased with it. To be honest, haven't looked through it for obviously a couple of weeks, when, you know, since I finished it. And I'd forgotten just how full and big it was. So yeah, really exciting. So we've got a policy closure going around there. And this was that one that we did a double policy closure, which I haven't ever done that before. So here we've got this front bit, which again is a pocket. And again, I've forgotten to put something in it. You've got an envelope in here. Very pretty with this, and this has just got a little piece of the background papers folded over, and that just goes in like that. So again, roomy, good bit of journaling space. So oops, oh, come on, like that. Okay, then in here you've got a fold out flippy bit with again another little pocket in the side. That folds out. Here you've got another pocket on the front of this policy closure envelope. So I've just popped a flower on here with a gem. And then here you've got the other part of that policy closure. And tucked into there, again, this is like a long, skinny kind of wraparound. So really pretty. That just wraps around like that. And then on the front, you've got just mimicking that picture, really. So, yeah, I just quite like how this operates, really. It's really nice, isn't it? Never done that before. So that just goes in there like that. Okie dokie. That closes and obviously wraps around. Whoops. Oh, my goodness. Come on. Oh, I hate doing things on camera. Right, that goes there. That goes there. The whole thing then, whoops, closes like that. And then in here, you've got a piece of vintage ephemera, help with this rusted paper clip. And then you've got a couple of bits there, and they help with a vintage pin. Now, I have to say, just to quickly warn you, this obviously is quite sharp because this is actually a pin, but it was the original pin that was in this paper, and I just thought, why wouldn't you include that? You know, it's really nice to kind of have the whole piece, isn't it? So yeah, really like that. That's just held together with that paper clip, and then a couple of journal cards, obviously from the kit as well. So I can't remember whether they were all clipped in together, but we'll just clip them all in, and that all just goes in like that. And then the only piece that we haven't really looked at now is this section here. So remember, this all opens like this. So we've got the kind of double pocket kind of arrangement. Now, I have to be honest, I can't even remember now whether it went that way round or whether it went that way round with this over that. I think it did go like that, to be honest. So yeah, anyway, it seems to work both ways. So moving that out of the way, we've just got this side here, which is, of course, if I show you from the other side, that's like the other end of the cover, if that makes sense. So, oops, close that down, close that, close that. So in here, we've got another one of those gorgeous envelope tags that we made in the launch video. This was that one with the gorgeous little snowballs on there. And then you've got just a little journal card tucked in there like that. So it is massive, I have to say. So yeah, very, very, very chunky. It's, you know, it's pretty heavy, and yeah, just really, really like scrumptious and yummy. It's quite squishy, and, you know, yeah, feels lovely and squishy. So, you know, it's still got that sort of quality to it, even though it's very, very massive. And then, like I say, the whole thing is just bound together, just tied around with the pink and the red lace, which hopefully now you've seen the whole journal or whole folio, you can see how really nicely this lace actually goes with it. So that's it. So I hope that you like everything that I've shown here today. Yeah, and, you know, any feedback or anything in the comments below would be awesome. And if you wanted to go and check anything out, obviously it's all available on my shabbydabbydoodah.co.uk website. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you feel inspired. Really appreciate your giving this video a thumbs up. Really appreciate your subscribing to my channel. And don't forget, we've got the X-Files series series 3 coming on Friday. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks then. Bye.